Hello everyone, today in this video I will be going over all of the pupil colors inside of Piggy, the infected ones. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's get into these pupil colors, I guess. First, let's start off with the red pupil colors. What I believe the red pupil colors mean is that they were very close to family and friends and friendly towards others. Now let's move on to the green pupil colors. What I believe this is, or technically this was already confirmed by Kona, in which he said that he believes that the green pupils indicate that the infected was very independent, not very independent, but independent before becoming infected. And this makes sense with Kona because his infected shows green pupils, which we know he worked alone after he left Mudson's company. Now let's move on to the yellow pupil. This was already confirmed by Minitoon, in which he said the yellow pupil indicates that the infected was a helper of the community before becoming infected. Like teacher, she teach people or kids, making her a helper of the community. Ellie, now you're probably wondering, well, why doesn't Ellie have a yellow pupil? She's a gallery worker, and the reason why is because we're gonna go over the orange pupils now, and what I believe those mean is that the infected went through a lot of struggle before becoming infected, and we can indicate that Ellie was likely sad that her brother Edmund went to the military, turning into torture. Because it's kind of just a big theory that Edmund is Ellie's brother and he is torture. And it was also, you guys might be saying in the comments, well, Minitoon confirmed that it was a girl. Well, when he said that, he mentioned that it was a joke. So, yeah, he's not a girl, or torture isn't a girl. So, he said that torture could be a girl, but most of the community likes going off with him being a boy, and obviously being Ellie's brother, due to his long snout for the gas mask he wears. And obviously we could suspect that Old Man Eddie died due to old age, which could also add to Ellie's depression. And it kind of works with Tigre, because Tigre obviously was abused and neglected a lot by his parents, and went through a lot of struggle, like being on the streets, having to go through the pain of knowing that he killed his friend. A lot of things. Now, it's time to move on to the blue eyes. I think the blue eyes mean that they were very sacrificial for others and very loving towards their friends. And this can be seen with Billy, with how much he supports Willow. And with Foxy, I think Foxy had a blue eye, but I'm just gonna put an image here. But Foxy really cared about his friends a lot. Now let's go over the black pupil. I feel like the black pupil means that the infected was introverted. So, like, they wouldn't talk to others that much. Or at least not random people. Now, the white pupils are complete opposite. They were extroverted. Now, you know, extroverted's just the opposite of introverted, so you can guess what that means. And we can see this with Mother Pig. We can guess that she was introverted. And then we can, you know, talk about Zompiggy, who many people think the white pupil, or no, the white sclera means that the person is dead. Or, yes, supposed to be dead. Which we can see that that's similar to Archie because he's rotting. But then we know that, but then we found out that infecteds rot no matter what. But Zompiggy's level of rotting just is too far for it to not be just like dead, you know? Now, what I think the purple sclera, or I mean pupil means, is that the person was disabled before becoming infected. Now, many people theorize that Mousy was cut in half by Robbie, and the reason why they think this is because Robbie obviously was programmed after the infection started to kill off any intruders or infected that enter the mall. So we could suspect that Mousy was already in the mall before this happened, and she started crawling through the vents to hide from Robbie before becoming infected, likely to drinking substance 128, probably. Because obviously no other infected would be able to get in there. And she would be counted as an intruder, so she would be hiding in the vents from Robbie. But back to the disabled, or the purple pupil color. We can also suspect this because Mimi, in her infected form, even though it's not canon, she is a mole, which supports her bad eyesight. And that just further supports that theory that purple pupil infecteds are disabled in some sort of way. Grandma Piggy has literal old age as her disability. And I think that's all of the Piggy eye colors. Because we already know the Insolence Eye means that they are either a member of the Insolence or made a deal with Tio or the Insolence. If I missed any eye colors, comment them down in the comment section. But yeah, that's all for today's video. See you guys in the next. Bye!